everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And today is episode 7.
Yes.
So I've been doing this for about a month and a half now. So I like to tell everybody that the reason that I do this is not because I'm trying to promote myself. It's because I'm giving the real estate agents and the vendors that I work with in the Fort Bend County area another platform for them to promote their own business.
Yes.
And I'm supported by my boss, Jennifer Smitis, and the 2 staffs I have, one in Richmond and one here in Sugar Land, Wendy Santana in Richmond, Caitlin Kornick, Devin, and Rosalie Dean here in Sugar Land. So if you're looking for title, got a great group of ladies that has lots of experience to get you in the title, so we can close pretty much anything you need. So in saying that, episode 7, Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This beautiful young lady sitting here with these bright red lips here. This is Saleta. I learned today that it was Saleta, not Saleta. Patterson.
Yes.
Say hi, Saleta. Tell everybody who
Hi.
you are and what you do.
Hi, guys. My name is Saleta Patterson. I'm a realtor here in Houston, Texas. And I'm here with Kevin on Kevin Corner's podcast. And I'm excited to be here.
So you're a real estate agent, correct?
Yes.
And so what is your specialty? What do you like? What kind of client do you like to work with?
So my specialty is first-time home buyer. I love them. I love the fact that I'm able to help them and to kind of get them out there where they don't know where to start. They don't know if they could be qualified or not. I like to kind of take them and hold them by their hands and walk them through the process, pair them up with awesome lenders that I know that would get them going and get the ball going and get them pre-approved, and then kind of guide them and help them from start to finish. So that's what I do. It's not a 9 to 5. It's a start to finish.
Very nice. That's a good slogan for your business card.
Like that?
I love it. Who's your broker?
So I'm with Braden. I've been with them a year and a half now. They're we're getting big because now we're in Dallas also. So I wouldn't say we're a small boutique. So it's about 80 or so agents so far. So
You're
yeah.
in Houston or in Houston and Dallas?
Houston and Dallas, yes.
Okay. All right.
So we're growing. We're coming for you.
So where you told us about the kind of clients you like to work with. What area of town do you specialize in?
So I don't have a specialized area of town. I go wherever my clients want to go. So I have, for example, I have my client that we were looking in Houston and we bought a home in Baytown. Then I have clients in New Caney. I have 2 clients in New Caney. And I have to give a shout out to one of that clients because she purchased with me and her sister purchased with me and she referred her neighbor to purchase with me. So I have to really give her a shout out because she's my number 1 client so far because she referred me 2 extra people, not just herself. So I love that. And I have clients in Sugar Land. I have 2 clients in Sugar Land. I have clients, where's my furthest so far? I think New Caney. No, actually Spring, 1960 and 45. So yeah, I drive. Spring, yeah.
So you basically work with anybody. So do you have a
Yes.
favorite? I mean, would you rather work with leases or would you work with sellers or?
So I've done a couple of leases. I've done a couple of sellers. I'm working right now with investors, and I'm liking that because I'm thinking about going on to that side of kind of start my own portfolio and getting some investment properties. So I'm learning from my investors.
So I was just fixing to say, so since you brought it up,
Yes.
would you agree with me that working with an investor versus working with a traditional home buyer or seller is not the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing. And actually, I got to give you some kudos and some pointers because I remember being scared to work with an investor. He's like, no, Saleta, just know how investors think. They just want to know about the bottom line. Right. How much are we going to make? What's the profit? The numbers. Mm-hmm. And once I got out of my way and not being scared to work with investors, now we have a whole portfolio going with my investors. Mm-hmm. So it's been really cool. I'm liking the process. I like the renovation process. I like seeing stuff from dirt, and then seeing it go through the process and then the completion. So I love that process. I really do love new build too. I'm thinking about being a specialist in new build homes. So, but like I said, if you're looking to resell, if you're looking to buy a home, if you're looking to sell a home, whatever you're looking for, I'm here.
So what is it about working with investors that you like so much, because I was in property management for 7 years, and so I know that if you find the right investor, that one investor, every transaction can turn into 3.
Yes.
So you help them find the house to buy, then you lease it for them, and then investors sell every 3 to 5 years. So now you get to relist the property again.
Yes.
So, I mean, you find a good investor that buys at least one property a quarter, you're turning over stuff every quarter forever. And
Yes.
I mean, they can make your business.
So another thing that I'm learning too with investors, for everybody out there, is not just you listing that property and you selling that property without one investor. If you market yourself, now you could take that one property that you sold in that neighborhood, and now you can market to the neighbors in the neighborhood. So now not only you're going to get a book of business from your investors, but if you market it well, you could be like, hey, I just sold your neighbor property. Hey, come list with me. So now you could farm that area as well. And you're like, oh, wow. So now you're going from a book of business with your investors to now farm in different areas, because, investors go everywhere. They're all about how we're going to make that bottom line the number. So you purchase the property with them, you list the property. My investors are mainly, they don't want to buy and hold. They want to buy and sell and
They wanna
flip.
fix and flip.
Yeah, fix and flip. There we go. So they're not into holding. So right now I'm not leasing anything. They're like, I'm just going to buy it, flip it, and sell it. But then in that process, I'm able to market that area. My second property with my investor right now is 7 minutes from the first property. So now I'm
That's
really
usually the way it works, because
Yeah.
usually investors find an area of town that their business model and budget fits that area.
Yes.
So you'll probably help that particular investor with many more properties.
In that area.
And hopefully one of these days I get to close one of them.
Yeah. Well, you already closed one of them.
We did? Okay,
Yes.
nice. Thank you.
That's my investor that we closed with.
And there you go.
There we
Thank you
go.
very much.
My
And
pleasure.
then maybe one day Kari-Joe can be the mortgage on that.
There we go.
Do the financing.
Yeah. If they do investment, do you do work? If they work with an investor, definitely.
Of course.
Because then, hard money loans is a high interest rate. So if you could kind of get in on that, that's good.
Now,
Yes.
you brought up farming.
Yes.
So tell everybody what farming is.
So you taught me about farming.
That's why I want to know if you were listening.
Man, there's a quiz? Oh, man. So pretty much what Kevin taught me so far is that you get an area. For example, I like to give example. With my listing that I'm doing, 1960 and 45, I sold that property. Now, not only am I going to farm that area, I'm going to send out mailers. So farming could go however you like it, right? Do you want to send out mailers? Do you want to do door knocking? That's still a way of farming that area, to say, hey, and when you door knock, just to say, hey, neighbor, but give something of value. Do a CMA in the neighborhood. Kind of say, here, this is what I have to drop off for you, and kind of give them something that they can look at and say, I'm the expertise in this neighborhood, right? So that's what farming would do, is kind of create this, hey, whatever you need, I'm here. I know all the local stuff that's going on. I'm aware of what your home is selling for. I'm aware of what the neighbor home sold for. And therefore, you get to farm that area by marketing yourself and sending out stuff and giving value. I'm all about giving value, not just take.
Now, the other things, she's correct. So basically, going around the barn to the back door, what she said, farming is becoming an expert in a certain area of town, whether it be a neighborhood or street to street to street. Now, what I will add to that, everything she said was correct, and I would recommend, but it also includes getting involved with the local HOA if there is one, with the local recreation facilities that are in the neighborhood, going around to the local mom and pop businesses like you, entrepreneurs, introduce yourself. Trying to get in with them to do some marketing and things like that. All of that is farming, and all of that will eventually, in time, turn you into the expert.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what it will do is, it's not a quick fix thing. Okay. It's one of those things that you have to do on a regular basis, consistently every month.
Yes.
What people that are not marketing people don't understand is that marketing is not a quick turn the light switch on and you do this and you're going to get a lead.
Yes.
It doesn't usually work that way. Can it? Yes. But what it basically is you have to nurture something, and you have to do it consistently for a period of time before it starts to happen. But once it starts to happen and starts to work, I call it the faucet turning on.
Yes.
It usually doesn't stop because you've now found your niche in whatever else it is you're trying to do.
Yes.
Whether it be farming or Facebook or website or CRM or whatever, there's hundreds of ways you can market yourself. So it leads me to my next question. What other ways do you market Saleta Patterson's real estate company?
So what I also partake in and market myself is social media. So I do.
Yeah, by the way, guys, if you've ever not seen her on social media,
Where have you
Saleta
been?
Patterson on Facebook. Go check her out.
So yes, I do a lot of social media showing up, right? And it, like you said, marketing is just planting seed. When you plant a
Exactly.
seed, you got to water it. And how you watering it is by showing up every day. You know, you just can't show up once a month and think, oh man, it's not working. No, it's not working because they don't know you. They don't know what you're doing. And if you're not kind of being consistent, then you can't say, hey, it works or it don't work because you're not consistent with it. So I would give
Right.
yourself a good 6 months of just going out there, showing up.
Well, hang on. You brought it up. So statistically, how many times does a marketing campaign have to be tweaked or altered before it usually will work?
Oh, I'm not sure. You didn't teach me that one, Kevin. Teach it to me
You
now.
must need to attend my differentiating yourself from the competition CE class. Statistically, a marketing campaign usually takes anywhere from 7 to 8 tweaks before it actually starts to work. So if you create a marketing plan, and I don't care if it's a flyer all the way to Google Ads or whatever you want to do, and it doesn't work,
Tweak
don't
it.
stop it. Tweak it 6 or
Okay.
7 or 8 times before you finally go, you know what, I can't deal with this, or whatever it is, because it's usually what it takes. And usually, if you're tenacious enough and you're consistent enough, you'll find that tweak that works somewhere in there, and all of a sudden, the leads just start coming in.
So I could give you a good example about that is when I first started making reels and videos and doing my little stuff on social media. In the beginning, I was horrible. But now as I tweaked
You?
it. Yes.
With your
me.
personality? Horrible? I wouldn't say horrible. Entertaining, maybe, but not horrible.
Yeah. Okay, not horrible. But, looking back, we're our worst critics. So we're going to critique it more than anybody else. But now I could honestly say I'm more comfortable. I know what to look for. I know the aesthetics. I know, okay, this is not going to work. Okay, I need to do it this way. And that's from just tweaking it. Just doing it multiple times and seeing where I'm comfortable, what I like to do and how I like to show up. And now I'm like, okay, I got this.
And so until you get to that confidence level about what you're talking about, what is it that I always tell agents about that?
Just show up and do it.
Don't worry about what anybody else thinks about
Yes.
what you're doing,
Yes.
because no one is responsible for paying your bills.
Yes.
So usually what I've experienced is if people that are in your industry or colleagues of yours, if they critique you, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because they're jealous.
Okay. Makes
Because
sense.
they either want to or can't do that themselves.
Makes sense.
So don't ever worry about what everybody else thinks. Just do Saleta and do it the best that Saleta can do it. And if it works, great. If it don't, tweak it.
Tweak it. That's the new word. Tweak it.
Tweak it. So tell everybody how to get a hold of Saleta Patterson.
Ooh, you could get a hold of me in multiple ways. But the easiest way.
We don't have that much time. Just tell.
The easiest way would be my social media. I am your realtor, or just look up my name, Saleta Patterson, Saleta Patterson, or just call me 347-688-0829. And I'm available. I'll definitely answer your phone call or your text. A lot of people don't want to call. They want to text. So shoot me a text. Text me. Let me know what you're looking for. Let me know how I can help you, because I have multiple resources to help you, whatever your situation is.
Are you available 9 to 5, 24 hours, 5 days a week? How long
I'm available from start to finish.
There you go.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Don't drop the mic. I don't want to buy another one. What if there was one thing that you wanted to tell the podcast audience about you and your business? Right now is your chance. What would you like to say?
Well, I like to tell people that, hey, I'm here for you. I like to bring value, and I know right now the interest rate is kind of high and we're scared. But my slogan is marry the home, date the rate. Don't worry about, oh my goodness, because you know what? When the interest rate go down, you have so much more competition. So now the interest rate going to be lower and the home price is going to be higher. So why not just right now, just go ahead, buy it. And then when the interest rate go down, you refinance and don't worry about it. Don't be scared. And if you are scared, call me. I have more than enough resources, lenders to say, hey, let me take a look, let me see where you are, and kind of get you going, get you on the right path.
We got a good one coming up next, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. We have a lender in the house.
So when you say marry the home and date the rate, you mean just like literally dumping the interest rate later and getting a new one?
Pretty much.
It's kind of brutal, but okay.
Yes, meaning if you see a home that you like, don't be scared and say, oh, I'm going to wait. Because you waiting, it's not going to be good. Because then once the interest rate get lowered, now you have way more competition. Right now, you don't have any competition. Right now, you can walk in and you can negotiate your butt off because they want you to come and buy that home. You know, they give you incentive. Builders are giving awesome incentive that you can use to buy down the rate, and you can use it towards your closing costs. And then lenders are doing awesome incentive where they could give you 100% finance. So now you don't even have to come up with down payment. So I have all the tricks. You got to call me, though.
Yeah. So how do they do that? How do they get a hold of you?
Yes, by calling me 347-688-0829.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
As you can tell, guys, she is a bundle of joy. So if you're looking for a real estate agent that is fun, very vibrant, will not let you down, please give her a call. I've known her for about a year now.
Yes.
We've done several things together.
I think it's more than a year and a half now.
Probably.
Because I'm coming up to 1 year full-time realtor, and I knew you before I became full-time. So, yes.
Give them the phone number one more time.
347-688-0829. And if you're looking for a title company, let's go. Come on in. You have to give you a shout out. Stewart Title. Let's go.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a break. I want to thank Saleta for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
We're gonna take a break and we'll bring up our next guest.
Okie dokie. Bye.
All right, everybody. We're back. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, episode number 7. And most of you that know me probably already know this lady sitting next to me. So this is Kari-Joe Woodling. She's been a longtime friend of mine and a supporter of my events and classes, and vice versa. I do the same thing for her. So say hi to everybody, Kari-Joe, and tell them who you work for and what you do.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm Kari-Joe Woodling. I'm business development for the Curtis Group at Security National Mortgage. First thing I want to say, though, is thank you, Kevin, so much for this opportunity. It probably might be my first or second time doing a podcast like this. So
we can't tell.
Always fun.
Awesome. So, so for the people out there that may not know, tell everybody the change that you made and the other members of your team made just at the end of last year or the beginning of this year or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the Curtis Group is about 55 people strong. And the end of 2022, our leader, Stephen Curtis, decided that we needed to make a change and make a shift. So we left a former mortgage company, and all 55 of us moved over to Security National Mortgage. One of the main reasons we did that is to expand our portfolio. Mm-hmm. We had products, we felt like we had kind of outgrown our former mortgage company, and now at Security National, we have literally everything. Everything. I used to say everything but land, but now we have land too.
Well, the last couple of classes we've done together, I'm not sure land, because I think you said you do land and 3 other people said, well, are you sure?
Yes.
Do we really do that?
So we do. When they called me out like that, I thought, okay, well, I'm surely going to find the answers to make sure I'm not called out again. So yes, we do land.
You do land. Awesome. So I'm going to ask you a question that pretty much everybody is probably asks you when you're trying to get business from them or retain them as a client. What makes your company different than the other mortgage companies?
So what makes Security National and the Curtis Group different from other mortgage companies is the Curtis Group. It is a culture and a group of individuals that love and serve. And we all have the attitude, it's never no when it comes to a buyer, it's always how. Mm-hmm. Very, very proactive and out-of-the-box thinking.
Yeah, so basically someone comes to you there's probably not going to be a way for you to help them in some way. You'll find a way.
We will find a way. And it might be not now, but it will be at some point,
Yeah,
right?
you'll set up a plan.
So that, like I said, then the answers really never know. We're going to figure out a way, and that brings my word of the year to mind, and it's solution oriented. So that's my 2023.
That's 2 words, but good.
Oh gosh, of course Kevin would have to correct me. It's okay. Every time.
I love it. By the way, she does the same thing to me, guys. So, so you are actually in the Clear Lake area, correct?
Correct.
But you guys are all over the city of Houston. So is there an area of town that you don't operate in?
There's not an area of Texas we don't operate in.
Wow, okay, Texas.
So all of our loan officers are licensed in the state of Texas, and the Curtis Group has 4 offices in the Metro Houston area. We have one in Friendswood, Webster, Atascocita, and then in Katy.
Awesome.
23 loan officers strong.
I'll be teaching it, the one in Atascocita next week.
You will, yeah. And didn't you teach in the Katy one a month or so ago?
In the Katy area, we were at a restaurant.
Well, yes. It's always good to feed those real estate agents. You get a bigger crowd.
we were in a restaurant. Yes. So if someone approaches you, I want to give agents out there that might be watching this an idea of what they can expect if they approach you about needing a mortgage for their client. What is like some questions you might ask them or have the agent ask their client?
Okay. So because I am business development and not a licensed loan officer, I've been in mortgage for about 2.5 years with the Curtis Group, so I've learned a little bit to answer those questions. But the best thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get to know that real estate agent, usually at a lunch or one-on-one, have a coffee, and see what their personality is, see what they're looking for in a loan officer, and then I'm going to align them up with one of our 23 loan officers in the Houston area. And then that loan officer can answer those questions for them.
So you basically do the same thing I do, because I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a whole lot about title.
No.
Okay, but I can get you interested in talking to one of my title escrow officers. Now, I don't have 23 like you. I have 4 between 2 offices, 3 in Sugar Land and 1 in Richmond.
Yeah, but you're a rock star.
But it's the same. I appreciate that. But it's the same. We do the same thing. So, you know, if someone comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm interested in using you for title," I'm going to say, "Great, thanks. Talk to Caitlin."
Right. So what yes, I'm business development, but what does that really mean, right? So I go one step further, and Kevin, I think we're people connectors. That's all we do.
Yeah.
We meet a real estate agent, we connect them to escrow officer. I meet a real estate agent, I connect them to loan officer. And I also market myself as a source of information. I've been in the industry almost 9 years. The end of the year will be 9 years. So I pride myself in I know a lot of people. Do I have the answers to everything? No. But I probably know somebody that can help.
Yeah, I always tell everybody that if I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you. And when I tell you I'll get it for you, I will get it for you. And if I still don't know, you'll at least know by me telling you I still ain't got the answer yet. I'm working on it. You will hear from me again.
Yep.
It's just good customer service. What do you and what does the Stephen Curtis Group do to grow your business from a marketing perspective?
We value ourselves, like Saleta was saying. We offer value. We believe that if you give something, then you will eventually get. Do we give to get? No. We give and give value and educate real estate agents in order to build that relationship, build that trust, and then we'll get back in return.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a real estate agent. Well, I realized a long time ago, back when I was in property management, that if I wanted to be attention to real estate agents, I had to provide them something that would help them grow their business.
Correct.
And a light bulb went off and said, "Hey, Kevin, you went to school for marketing and you know how to do all this marketing stuff. So why don't you teach agents how to market their business?" And when I started doing that, it just exploded. And so now, like you said, value. You just add value. Will I take you out to lunch or dinner? Sure, if you want me to, but
Right.
I'd rather provide you with something that will help you grow your business. So you then in turn go, you know what? This worked. I'm going to use Kevin for
Right.
title, or
Right.
I'm going to use Kari-Joe for my
You
mortgage.
become, if you help them grow their business or help them in their business, whether it's mindset or farming, they will be indebted to you forever because they trust you and they know that you love and care for them.
Yeah. So there's. I always say title companies. I'm going to say mortgage companies are not created equal. I know a lot of mortgage companies that, and I'm not saying this just because Kari-Joe is my friend and we've been working together for like 7 years now, but I don't know any real estate agent. I know a lot of real estate agents that have used you guys, but I don't know any real estate agents that ever come back and complained about it. And that
Awesome.
means a lot to me because I tell agents in my classes and at my events, if Kari-Joe and Secure National is at this event, it's because I would use them myself.
Yep.
Okay. And that goes a long way because then the agent goes, well, if Kevin would use them, then why wouldn't I give them a try?
And I talked when I talk to agents and they're newer agents, and they don't. I think they realize they own their own business, but I don't think they realize how what that really means. So I help educate them. It's the people that you surround yourself with when you're a real estate agent because you own your own business. So you have to go and have coffee and build those relationships with your title, with your lenders, with your home warranty, with your insurance, so that you're working with like-minded people like you.
Yeah, and what will happen is if you create that sphere of influence around you of vendors, you don't have to just provide value as a real estate agent from your own business or your own pocket. You can collaborate with the vendors that they're in your sphere because they have a lot of value to bring to your clients as well. And if they include that in their marketing, that's now something that sets them apart from the other 39,000 active real estate agents in the city of Houston and surrounding area. Because you know this just as well as I do, most real estate agents don't do that kind of marketing.
No.
They just wait for it to sit there for the phone to ring. So if someone wanted to get a hold of Kari-Joe, how do they do it?
I am on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, but it's Kari-Joe King Woodling. And my phone number, feel free to call me, text me, 281-229-1843.
Awesome. What's going on with you and Secure National in the next quarter? What's coming up new? Anything?
So we are passionate also, like I said, we are passionate about education. So along with Kevin and at all of his CE classes, we also host our own classes. We kind of calm down a little bit during the summertime, but a big event that we are hosting in November, it is going to be our VA.
The one that we did last year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm already there.
It's a designation. It's about we're going to trim it down. It's about a 2-hour class on how to serve our veterans because the Curtis Group is huge on giving back to the people who have provided freedom for us. And so we're putting together a brand new CE class, different than the one last time. And it'll be about 2 hours of CE credit, and we'll bring in a motivational speaker, but it's also a fundraiser. So all of that money that we collect and raise will go straight back to gifting a veteran. Sometimes it's a service dog. Sometimes it's a home. So that's our big one we're working on right now, finalizing everything. And other than we have, what do we have coming up? You and I have a Google class coming up. I've got a
Farming.
tax class, farming.
Actually, our Google is next Wednesday and farming is Thursday, the very next day.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so.
I think next week we have a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. Why did you do that?
What's on Tuesday?
Oh, I think that's just mine.
There you go.
So maybe I did it.
Yeah, and getting back to this veteran event thing that you were just talking about, Stuart Title supported it last year, and I will tell you this: I never get choked up,
There wasn't a dry eye in a house.
But I tell you what, if there wasn't other people I knew in the room, I'd have started crying. Okay.
Oh, you didn't start crying?
I didn't start crying.
So you just made me a liar.
I did. But this is even if you're not a military person, you've got to understand the importance of giving back to the people that made us be able to sit here in front of a camera and talk to you for 30 minutes.
Amen.
Okay. If you don't understand that, I really don't know what to say to you. But the point is these people sacrificed their life so we could have the life that we have. If you're watching this, keep an eye out. I'm sure you'll start promoting it somewhere towards October, late October, so whatever. Come by, check it out. Can we get a Red Day shirt again?
Sure.
Okay. Is that what this
Oh,
is?
yes. This is,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, I wore mine out. So
I wore mine this morning, but
I wore mine out. It's like, it's not even red anymore. I think it's like kind of pinkish.
Remind me what size you wear, and I'll get you another one.
Extra large.
Okay.
But tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
It's
Again.
Kari-Joe Woodling on social media, and my cell phone is 281-229-1843.
What about email?
Email, it's karijoe.woodling@snmc.com, Security National Mortgage Company.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the podcast.
Yes,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. She didn't want to do this, if you can't tell. She's a little bit nervous, but she did a great job.
Could you tell I was nervous?
Yes.
Oh, well.
We're still
I didn't
recording
feel
too.
it.
We're still recording too.
I know.
Okay. She's going to be calling me like tomorrow going, can I be on again next week? This was fun. So you guys, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. This was episode 7, Kevin's Korner, Real Estate from Market Perspective. Like I said, I'll get it edited. It'll be up and available next week for viewing on social media and YouTube. And again, I want to thank Jennifer Smitus and all the staff here at my Sugarland and Richmond Stewart Title office. If you need title, we would love to help you. And if you're a real estate agent and or a vendor in the area and you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll put you on the calendar. You guys have a great week. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.